Hi knitters, I'm Louise from Wildflower Wool and welcome back to my channel. It is Monday, which means it is another brand new episode of New Start Monday Knits. I hope everybody has had a fantastic week. I've been busy. I've got some knitting done and I've got a lot of yarn organizing done. I've got a whole empty shelf here. If you didn't catch part 2 of my yarn room organization, you can go check out that video. I posted that, or it was uploaded I think on Sunday. It came up. So if you want to see what all was on that shelf, go check out that video. I've got some knitting to show you, and I am really super excited to show you about my dishcloth knitting. I've had a good dishcloth knitting week, you guys. I'm just going to show you. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm just going to jump right in, like always, and show you dishcloths. Last week, I showed you 2 balls that didn't have ball bands. There was an orange and there was a white, and I had started to stripe it. So here it is. I posted this, it must have been on Instagram, and some people said it reminded them of Nemo. Anyways, that's what I think of now when I see it. But look, my super simple diamond dishcloth, knit on the diagonal, and I just striped it. Two rows of each color. I increased up to 45 stitches. I used a 3.5 millimeter needle, and I'm pretty sure the yarn is a Bernat Handicrafter. I liked that so well and loved how it knit up, and I had enough yarn left over that I knit another one. So you want to see the back side, since I already flashed it to you. It looks fine on either side, really. Obviously that's the right side, but look at another. So those 2 balls, I don't know I didn't weigh them, so I don't know what they were, but I got 2 dishcloths out of them, and this is what I had left over. Teeny tiny little bit of white and just a smidgen of orange. So I will just put those in another scrappy dishcloth at some point, and there's 2 more balls knit out of my stash. I like these. I think I'm on a little bit of a striping kick. Because, well, no, not this week. This week's isn't striped, but I think I will do some more stripes in the future. Anyways, I love these. Orange and white kind of has that feel of fall to it, doesn't it? And some people were leaving comments on last week's video saying that they had kind of jumped right into fall knitting too, and were thinking blankets and sweaters. Kind of has that feel to it. The last few nights here, it's been getting cool, which is lovely, but it does mean fall is around the corner. Okay, what else did I work on last week? I might as well show you this. I have a finished mitt. This makes me think that I have just like totally jumped right through fall and went right to winter. But look at that. That was a new start, and it is finished. Well, one. I guess it's not finished because I only have 1 mitten, but it has a finished thumb. Okay, and to be totally honest, my hands aren't woven either, but that's okay. So I kind of loosely, I started out following a pattern out of that saltwater mitten book, and really the only thing I used the pattern for was the number of stitches. It was 36, and the picture I saw was striped, so I just winged the stripe. I think I did 3 rows of striped for the cuff, and then I just did my own thing. I just put my thumb in where I wanted to. I did yarn overs for my gusset increases. So any of you mitten knitters out there, how do you like to do your increases? Sometimes I'll do knit front and back. Sometimes I'll do a make 1. This time I just did a yarn over, and honestly, want to know the reason why I did it? Because I find the yarn over, not only it makes a nice increase, like there's no gaps or anything, no holes, and I also find it really easy. So when I'm knitting around, because you increase on 1 round, then you do a plain round, then you increase a round, and you knit a plain round. And I find doing the yarn over is really easy to tell. You can read your knitting easier than if I do a make 1 front and back kind of thing, because when you knit around, if you have you get to the increase and it's that stitch is a yarn over, you know, I increased on the last round. It's a good reminder that this is just the plain knit round. So you knit through the back of it, closes up that yarn over, increases a stitch, and you carry on. Next round you come around. If there's no yarn over there, you have to make one. So while you're increasing and then doing that plain round, you always have a yarn over to contend with. You're either making one or you're knitting it through the back of the loop on the plain round and closing it up. So I just find it really easy, so I don't have to keep track or like put a tick or something that I know is an increase or a plain knit round. And plus I really like the look of it. So that's that. One mitten done. Hopefully I'll get the second one done. And I think I'm just going to keep these for me. The idea was to make these as gifts, but it literally fits me like a glove. Perfect length. The thumb is the perfect width. So I think it's mine. And it's Lopi. And honestly, who else is going to love a Lopi pair of mitts more than me in my family? Probably nobody. So I'm going to keep them. Want to guess what else I worked on? I've shown you this, I know, the last couple of weeks. One of these times I'm actually going to get into my cupboard where all my other new starts are and pull something out and switch it up a little bit. But I just really wanted to get some more done on this. I got another color done. So I guess that's going to be kind of my goal every week. Last week I showed you I had got the green done. This week I got the blue done and then started in on the red. And honestly, you know, this is that broken rib pattern. I have to make myself put this down so I could have picked up my mitt, because I love this pattern. I truly, truly love it. Which you'll see more of how much I love it in a minute. Yeah, maybe I'll just show you, because that's really all I worked on. I did the dishcloths, I did the mitten, and I worked on the scarf, because a lot of my weekend was spent organizing. I went through quite a few of those plastic drawer storage units that had crafty supplies. I've got another little short shelf sitting here beside me. Now, it is not in the video. Well, I talked about it. So if you watch the video, you may see a clip and you'll be like, she said she was going to do that shelf next, and you didn't see anything of it because I had tech problems with that little clip. So I'll just kind of fill that in probably this weekend's video. But anyway, so yeah, I got lots organized. So that really cut a big chunk of my knitting time up. But you know what? I'm still happy. I got a mitt and a thumb. Because I don't know about you, does anybody knit their mitts and then like dread doing the thumb or leave the thumb and you get a finished pair of mitts without thumbs? I had a friend who we used to tease her terribly because that's what she did not like doing thumbs at all. And really, it doesn't take very long. Anyways, new starts. That leads me right into what new starts are for this week. I am going to show you. Okay, I'm going to show you this. We're going to compare my new starts. Friday night on our live video over on the Fiber Friends Friday Night Knit-In. The live knit night that I do every Friday night. One of our knitters was asking, had I ever tried Caron Cakes or Caron Latte Cakes? And she said, because it was so fuzzy, is it smooth? Or not smooth, but is it scratchy? Yeah, smooth, I guess, right? Or scratchy. And I did not have any of this in my stash. As you can see, I now do. and so I was kind of joking, and I'm like, Sandy, no, I don't have any. I've got tons of the other Caron Cakes, because when they came out, they were new, they were fun, and I just couldn't resist. I couldn't help myself. But I did not have this. I actually took a little bit of footage while I was at Michael's. I think I will try to edit this in, I'm not sure. Either I'll put it in here. If it didn't show up here, it's at the end. my editing skills are still a work in progress. But anyways, I didn't realize, I kind of been staying away from Caron Cakes because I have so many of them. I didn't realize how many different options there were in Caron Cakes. But anyways, I had joked Friday night when we were talking with Sandy, and she had asked about this, and I'm like, I don't have any of this. I don't know. I can't really tell you. And because I thought, okay, let's look here. I'm curious. I thought Caron Cakes was an option that had a little bit of wool in it. Yes, it does. So this one here is 80 acrylic, 20 wool. And does it have a little? No, it doesn't. Okay. So when I pulled up this one, I kind of assumed it would be the same. And Sandy was wondering, because she said it has like a mohair kind of look to it, right? That halo. So it is definitely not scratchy. It is really, really smooth. And there's no wool in this one. This one is an acrylic nylon blend. And it does have, on the ball band, it says no wool. So if that's something that you're looking for, this would be a good option. So I said to Sandy, I'm like, well, when I'm out doing errands tomorrow, I said, you know, I just may have to stop at Michael's. You know, now that you've asked me about it, you know, I feel like I need to be updated on all of this. So of course I went to Michael's, I looked at it, I found it, and I was like, ooh, this is really nice and soft. And then it happened to be on sale. So I came home. It was buy two, get one free. So guess what I got and came home with? But they are not all the same color. They are so close. I actually have to, so one of these two are not the same. But you really, like, I have to really, like, I can't even tell. I have to always look at the ball band. And this one is Kissy Kissy, which is the same one that I've cast on. This is the different one. This one is Earl Grey. Yes, Earl Grey. And this, the gray one, is more gray and blue. And this one is more gray with that, it's not really, it's maybe a really, really light pinky color. Maybe there you can kind of see the color difference. Anyways, they're so close, but I like them both because I really wanted something kind of more a neutral. So I got it. So now, as for knitting it, so these two balls, okay, let's talk about this. On the ball band, there is a scarf pattern on here, but I'm not following it because it has cables in it. And is anybody else going right now, shaking their head, going cables in a fuzzy striped yarn? To me, that equation does not equal, you know, it does not equal cables. You've got striped yarn, plus you've got the fuzziness. To me, yeah, does not, it's like 1 + 1 = 3 in this equation. Okay, so I'm not going to spend the time. But anyways, that pattern's on there and it has cables. And you know what? Even when I'm looking at this picture, I don't see cables in there. Anyways, the pattern calls for 3 balls. And I'm like, 3 balls? So I don't know if that is just because the cables eat up yarn and plus they've added a fringe on there. So what I'm hoping is out of these 3 balls that I get at least 2 scarves. And these two, that even though they're not exactly the same color, I'm thinking I could stripe them. Like I could alternate balls or something. I think they would just blend together, right? And you wouldn't even know. But I really liked this grayish one, so I just wanted to get both of them. So I did. It's nice to knit with. I think in the little video clip that I set at Michael's that it felt silky, which it does. Whoops, I just dropped one. But that almost translates to slippery. And I played around. I'm going to set this one down for right now. I'm just going to hold this one that I've actually cast on. I played around with my needle size because what I wanted to do was compare it to just the regular, oh dear. I have balls falling everywhere here, you guys. I wanted to compare it to just the regular Caron Cakes. This is a worsted weight, so it's a number 4. This is, I still drop stuff. This is a number 5. This is a bulky. One of the worsted weight, one ball gives you a really nice scarf that you can double wrap. You can wear it multiple ways. It's got a nice length to it. So I can't see why one of these balls, even though it is bulkier, there is more grams and there is more yardage on here, I think. I know there's more grams, 250 grams versus 200, and there's 300 meters and there's 485 meters. Now, I know math is not my best subject, and I may come back next week and go, yeah, I was totally clueless on this, but I'm still thinking one of these is going to make a good size ball. I mean, a good size scarf. So we're going to try. That's why I got 2 of the same color. So if I do have to dip into the second one, I could still mix this with the other color and still end up with 2 scarves. That's my thought process. But anyways, the worsted weight, I've got a 5mm needle, and this one I went up to a 6.5mm needle. So while I was playing around with the needle size, I started with a metal needle, and at first I thought like a nickel plated, I'm not sure, that this is a Chowgu is what I'm knitting this on now, a 6.5mm needle. The first attempt was a metal needle, and I thought it's okay. It felt a little slippery, and I wanted to go down a needle size because I started really big. So I went down a needle size and I grabbed a wooden needle, and the yarn I felt almost really stuck to the wood, and plus the wood had a really blunt needle tip, and I just found it really slowed me down with the wood and the blunt needle tip, and it wasn't a good combination. And that needle size was I think that was a 7. I don't know why I thought I needed so big. So I scrapped that and pulled it out, and this is my 3rd attempt. I went down to a 6. Tip, read the ball band. I went down to a 6.5mm needle, which surprisingly, or not, that's what the ball band calls for. So if only I had read the ball band, I could have saved but you know what? But then I wouldn't have played around with the wood and the metal and whatever. And it's fine on the metal. It maybe is a smidge slippery, but not bad enough that I would switch to wood. And not hairy, that doesn't sound attractive. What do we want to call it? The halo. Like the mohair-like halo doesn't affect knitting at all. Like I can still read, okay, it does a little bit, but not bad enough that, you know, it's not like knitting like with a true eyelash yarn where you can't tell your knits from your purls at all. This you still can. You do have to maybe glance a little closer than with just the regular yarn, but it's not bad. It's like I would knit with it. I'm not, you know, I'm not thinking to myself like, oh my gosh, why did I buy 3 balls of this? Not at all. And it feels really, really nice. It is really nice. Feels very luxurious. So I cast on the exact same pattern because I told you I can't stop myself from knitting this. So this is the mistake rib again. And I cast on, I can't remember now. I've changed my cast on numbers so many times, well, 3 times. I wanted to, because again, to see if one ball of this bulky weight would knit a scarf, I wanted to cut, oh, I'm a little bigger. Oh well. Oops. That didn't quite go as planned. I was kind of measuring. I was kind of going for 6 inches wide. So I think my new one is just Yeah, see there, it's a smidge bigger. Okay. So maybe my scarf is going to end up a little shorter. Oh well. I don't think I'm that worried about it. It's not that far off. So I'm just going to keep working this. So I don't think I really realized that all of a sudden now I have got, oops, sorry, making a mess here. Now I have 2 scarves the exact same pattern. But that's okay. I don't know. I'm fine with it because did I mention I really like the pattern? And I'm curious, I like knitting with this. So now I'm going to have to split my time between 2 scarves. But this one's almost done. And I've got 2 colors left on here. So I've got, yeah, the red on the inside, the orange on the outside. So this one will be done shortly. And so that is that. That is my experiment for the week. Working on both these scarves. Seeing if we can get one ball out of this bulky weight. Caron Latte Cakes. And it's going to go in the Christmas box because they're both those colorways that I picked up are such a neutral color that, you know, it should go with pretty much anybody's winter coat. And I think it will be nice. Because I know I've talked about this a few times, right? Thinking that a lot of the people that are on my gift list don't want wool. So I think this will be a nice alternative. It feels really nice. It looks nice. It looks nice. And, you know, it's an affordable yarn. So if that's what you're looking for, I would say give this a shot. I like it. My other new start for this week is, of course, a dishcloth. So, you know, if you watched last week's New Start Monday video, I was a little obsessive about this dishcloth. So let's backtrack. For those, if you didn't watch last Monday's video, I am like on the hunt for my, kind of like my second favorite dishcloth pattern. If I want to do something other than my super simple diamond, so if you want to do something other than just a garter stitch dishcloth, like this one. Remember I said I kind of had some criteria in my head that what I was looking for a stitch pattern that would kind of be the next best thing to garter stitch. Simple, easy, and whatever. And how I desperately wanted this one to fit that bill, except that I had made a mistake on it, which kind of kiboshed the whole fact that this was simple and easy and you could do it without a pattern because I had made a mistake in it. So I did not give up on it this week. I kept thinking about it and I thought, I don't know what it is about this pattern that I wanted to make it work. Anyways, I started today. Dishcloth. My new dishcloth for this week is this same pattern. Okay, I should tell you. So this was the garter slip stitch pattern. I made some adjustments to it so it fits into my criteria. Hold on, I dropped it. Let me grab it for you and I will show it to you. So I also wrote down my criteria in my handy little notebook here. And as I actually called it, dishcloth criteria. So this is what I think, and you know, and really this could be for dishcloth, but it could even be just for a good pattern for pretty much like even a baby blanket or blanket. This is what, in order to meet my high expectations of a dishcloth pattern, dishcloths really shouldn't have high expectations, should they? But this is it. So it has to be simple, which I put down as being a 4-row pattern or less. I don't want to fuss with any edge stitches or border stitches. I don't want to have to count rows. I want to be able to just pick up my work, read my read my stitches and know what row I'm on or what I'm carrying on with next. Number 4 is I want it to be knit night proof. So again, something that you don't have, all of these things. You don't have pattern reading, no row counting, and you can chat and you can knit and not make a mistake. And the fifth thing that I added on here was I wanted the pattern to be able to be all of those things and still look good knit in a variegated yarn. Because you know, sometimes, like I said about the Caron's Latte and that cabled scarf, to me that just doesn't work right. Because why? It's not going to show. Well, I mean, it would. You would see, I'm sure you would see texture in the scarf, but it's not going to stand out as if it was done in a solid yarn, right? Right. So I wanted my quest for this pattern to look just as good in variegated yarn as in a solid. So let's tackle that first. I will get rid of this needle. I feel like I'm waving it around like a magic wand. Okay, so here it is in a solid. Here it is in a variegated. I'm happy with it in a variegated. What do you guys think? I know I don't have a whole lot done, but I think I've got three stitch repeats done. Can I hold it so you guys can see it a little better? I don't know. I mean, I think any stitch definition shows that better in a solid, but I think it passes. I think it's okay in a variegated, don't you? Hint, I want you to say yes. But you can be honest. You can say, I mean, I know it doesn't quite, but I think it looks okay, right? And that's kind of what I'm going for with this. When I said like last time, if I want to kick it up a little bit, just from, instead of just doing garter stitch all the time, to something that's simple, easy, quick. Oh, and I need to put another 6 on there. It needs to be able to be finished in a day or two, like 2 evenings kind of thing. Same as if you were going to do like a super simple diamond, like you could do that in a day if you sat down and knit it, right? That's what I want this, which kind of goes hand in hand with it being simple and not having to take time to count rows or tick off a right side row, a front, you know, whatever. Because if you're not having to keep track, you can like knit your rows really quick. So you want to know what I did, because I think I fixed my problem. Because here I thought I had it down. I thought I could read my stitches. I knew what row I was on, and I was all excited until quite literally last Monday. I held it up like this to talk to you, and my eye went right to there, and I'm like, dang, I messed it up. So I thought about it this week as I was working on my orange and white ones, and I'm like, okay, the reason this here was an 8-row repeat, it was 4 rows, and then you offset the pattern. So it was the same 4 rows again, but it was shifted over. So it really was an 8-row pattern. And I think that's what was messing me up here. I knew what I was supposed to be doing, but it was whether it was on the, you know, where the pattern started here or whether the pattern shifted over here. That's where I was getting off kilter. So I thought, well, why don't I just get rid of those last 4 rows? Why do I need those? Who needs the slip stitches alternating? And my slip stitches will just stack in rows. So that's what I've done. And I don't know, did you guys notice when I held it up earlier? Can you see that on this solid color one, the pattern is alternating? Maybe it's hard because this is a variegated. But anyways, these ones are stacking. I don't know. Anyways, I haven't messed this up yet. It's only 4 rows, which now fits into my criteria. So see, this dishcloth pattern that I was so obsessed with, I am like making it fit my criteria, and it is going to go on my list. I say that now. Let's wait till next week if I come back here all excited, or if I'm like, I will tell you honestly, if I messed it up and if it doesn't work, I will definitely let you know. But I have a really good feeling that now, I think that 4-row repeat as versus the 8, that is the deal breaker. So I'm just going to keep working on this and we'll see. But I like it. What do you guys think? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Anyways, that is that. So I've got scarves to work on. I did not pick up my summer top at all. So hopefully that will get some attention this week. And my European road trip shawl, I've been thinking about it some too. So maybe you'll see it someday soon, because fall's around the corner, and that would be a great thing to wear on a chilly evening. You know, it would be good to have. I think that is it. I'm just going to keep working away. I'm going to move shelves around. So I will see you again on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. So you know what? The best way, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you want to get notified, you know, you can hit the bell, and that you'll get notified instantly when I upload whatever on the weekend, whenever on the weekend. And hopefully you'll see some shelves moved out over here. And yeah, I'm just going to really try to switch this room up a little bit and get a whole lot more organized. So let's chat in the comments, everybody. Let me know. So give me your input. So let me know about the mitten. Do you like what kind of increase you like to do for your thumb gusset? And what do you think about my scarves? And what about the blue? Do you think it looks okay getting rid of that extra repeat? I think I do. Anyways, I'd be curious to see what you guys always have such great ideas and different opinions, things that I haven't thought of. So let's chat in the comments, and I will see you on the weekend with some more stash organization. Have a fantastic week and get lots of knitting done, guys, and I will chat to you soon. Bye for now. I'm at Michael's. I had a request Friday night during our live video about some of these Caron cakes. So while I was out doing errands today, I thought I would just pop in and check it out, because the question was about Caron Latte Cakes, and I do not have any of this in my stash, believe it or not. So the question was, is this itchy? Is it scratchy? Because it looks like it has mohair in it. And the question, or the answer to that question, is absolutely not. It is really super, it's silky soft. If we look on the ball band, I know it's 80, oh no, it's not 80. 58 acrylic, 42% nylon, 250 grams. It feels really, really nice. What colorway is this? Red macaroon? Interesting. See, and I would have thought that was more orangey than red. There's another quill up here. Plum Fresh. Okay, there is some purple in there. Blues and greens. I always love checking out all the colors. Velvet teal. Lovely. That one's pretty. These two are nice. I kind of really like this one. Kissy Kiss. Interesting name. Okay, and what's this purple one? Got it. Oh, blackberry. Okay, isn't that funny? I would have thought that would have had like a purple, something related to purple. This one's nice. This is in my colors. Oh, I always turn it upside down. Coconut cream. That's pretty. But this one here might be one of my favorites. Okay. And the name on it. Oh, that's nice. Huh. Earl Grey. Earl Grey. Okay, those two are... All right, let me show you this. Those two look really very much the same, don't they? This one's a little more gray, that one's a little more pink. This one might still be my favorite. So there you go. Caron Latte. Super thin, super not itchy. That's what I wanted to say. I don't know why I said thin. Maybe I'm thinking about these other ones. I didn't know that they had Caron Cakes skinny. Look at these colors. So skinny. Look how thin that is. Let's see what the ball band says. If it's, okay, so what's a light? It's a number 3, so it's like a DK light. Huh. Things I did not know. Look at all these fun colors. This is a skinny, the blue. Oh, look at that one. I mean, the colors. This is what always gets me with these, is the colors. And then these are just the regular Caron cakes that I have a ton of in my stash. I have a lot of these colorways. A lot of them. One of my favorites would probably be the green. Let's see, just for fun. I can't remember. Oh, so let's say a pistachio. But anyways, lots of choices. And down here there was Caron Cakes Chunky on the other side here. Isn't that one pretty? And there again, not my colors, but it's fun. Rainbows, pinks and purples, shades of blue. They're nice. You know, out of all of these, they're new. I like this one, I like this one, and I like the gray one. Anyways, latte cakes. Really nice, and it tells you right on the ball band, no wool. So if you can't wear wool, this would be a super great option. If you like that look of mohair, it's got that halo. No wool, no mohair, no itching. Now, the question is, do I need to take one home with me and try it out? I'll think about that. I'll let you know. Okay, I'm still thinking about this yarn. I haven't moved from the spot. I don't know, I think one of these is going to come home with me. This one here is called Kissy Kiss. The name is getting me. But then there's Earl Grey down there on the bottom. But you know what we didn't check was the weight. I was assuming that this was a number 4 a worsted, but it's not. It's a number 5 bulky, 250 grams. So this, it's got lots and lots of yardage in here. I'm curious though. So it's saying 3 balls for a scarf, if that's including the fringe. 3 balls seems like an awful lot though. What's the yardage? So you guys I'm bringing you along on my thought process as I buy yarn here. Okay, so see, I'm right back where I was if I just looked. 484 meters. Okay. I'm going to decide how many balls I need. I think this would make a good scarf, right? A good Christmas present? Of course it will. All right. Let me debate how many balls I need. Well, you know what? They're actually on sale right now. Buy 2, get 1 free. So I guess I will get 3. Easy. Problem solved. Okay. Talk to you later.